proactive and get those maps in place for the floodway and the floodplain, but we will get that additional information and see on the
Discuss
question.
it when we look at the new
Yes.
map. Okay, thank you.
And since we are participating in the FEMA program, the flood program, that's what enables our residents the opportunity at discounted rates for flood insurance.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions for our manager on the manager's report? None being asked, we will move on to reports from municipal officials. And Councilor Lutterman, I'll start with you.
Oh, wow. Well, I just want to say what a pleasure. I knew both Joe and Dr. Jackson as citizens, but it has been such a pleasure working with both of you, as well as the rest of the council. Thank you for taking me in, and just like Councilor Jackson said, teaching, learned a lot. So thank you so much. I'm going to miss both of you very much. And thank you for your service and dedication to our beautiful village.
Thank you.
Well said. It's Councilor Corey.
Thank you. Kudos to both Joe and Gary. Joe, unlike me, is a man of few words, but boy, when he opens his mouth, it's sage observations and sage wisdom. And I've greatly valued him as a colleague on the council, and I understand he's willing to make himself available for continued work on boards and commissions, and I look forward to his continued input. I've known Gary for decades and nearly killed him one time, driving him through Artesia and almost passing an oncoming train. And despite all that, he has continued his friendship with me. So thank you. Gary is a source of great inspiration and great insight, and I truly value his friendship. So, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Councilor. Councilor Hooker.
Well, let's see, what are we talking about today? Again, gentlemen, thank you for your service always. I know it's a task that, as we've seen in this past election, it can go be very daunting as those that will throw stones and say you're not doing what needs to be done. But we know that you guys always had the village at the core of your heart, and it was seen, and we appreciate it. Good luck in everything that you do, and just keep moving. That's what we got to keep doing. Also, I wish we could do all this stuff at the very, make everybody stay. If they walk in, they got to stay till the very end to see all this, because a lot of the public clears out and they don't get to see what we do. But again, it's always a pleasure, and I'll say more things after the Reformation at the end of the month. But thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Eby.
Well, thank you. First, I'd like to say congratulations to all the new employees and all the promotions that have happened today and just recently and recognized today. That just shows you the quality of people that are here and the people that are willing to work and do a positive, let's just say, a great job, so they do get promoted. So I want to thank you for that, and thank you to all the past, like I said earlier, employees and present, and the administration, past and present, and all you counselors. It's been a nice decorum between us all, and we almost agreed on almost everything, but every now and then we did disagree. But we always disagree to disagree.
Yep.
And I did say in my deal in the Ruidoso News that my first priority, of course, would still be that to remind people of Ruidoso Strong, that everybody knows that slogan, and even it's going on Facebook now. as the people are going down there cleaning up along the riverside and such, helping our neighbors. But I believe that also in Ruidoso Strong, we need to be Ruidoso together. And that isn't just a group of people to isolate themselves or another group or to exclude. I believe that in togetherness that we need to have a decorum, that we need to have a certain amount of civility, and that I believe there are ways that we can phrase and ask questions and inquire that actually elicit positive responses and exactly what you're looking for. And I would just encourage people to, let's just say, rise to a level that encourages each other, encourages discussion, encourages a positive decorum, and let's have differences. Differences are where decisions and ideas are born and also figured out. So I would remind Ruidoso of Ruidoso Strong. But in order to be Ruidoso Strong, we have to be Ruidoso together. And finally, I'd like to congratulate soon-to-be Councilor Sanchez and Councilor Brophy for their obtaining the council seats. I want to thank for each and every individual that came out to vote, to have your voice heard, because I believe that's a very, very important civic duty. I've always said that if you don't make up your own mind, somebody else will. So I want to thank you all for coming out and voting. And again, congratulations to soon-to-be Councilor Councilor Sanchez and Councilor Brophy. I wanted to be here on the 30th, but it turns out I'm going to be in Arizona. But I know that they're going to do all that they can, and I would ask that the community support them. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Gary?
It's a rough one to follow. Long story short, I really appreciated being able to serve you and appreciated the votes for you to allow me to serve. I'm going to step aside, and there are brighter, younger people that are willing to take my place, and you have before you a council that puts service before self, and you don't often have that, and we can remember times when that wasn't the case. And so while I miss the people, the job is okay, but I won't miss it as much.
Well, thank you very much, Councilor Jackson. You're an asset, a pillar of this community, even before you were on the council. All of you are. And I'll share this as, I think it was that show, The Weakest Link, the game show host said, goodbye. But in all seriously, I thank all the candidates, for this election coming up. But I do, and I forgot to mention that Mayor Crawford had an appointment in Lubbock, that why he missed here and stuff. So he called me the other day, and I said, sure, but I was hoping he'd be here for this recognition of the two councilors leaving. And then as Joe mentioned, on March 30th, I forgot what time, 10:30, I think, that we're swearing in the two newly elected and the incumbent Hooker here to.
And Mayor.
And Mayor, that's right. So that will all take place there. So again, with 10:30 on, that's a
March
Tuesday?
30th.
Monday. That's March 30th. So if you're available, be here. It'll be an exciting time. And one thing that I learned, and when I talked to the mayor after the election, I mean, he's done tremendous work. A lot of people don't agree with him, but we all stood together, got through the worst of it, but got through the good of it as well. And a lot of people that I was talking to forgot about the reduction of our wastewater treatment plant fee a few years, 3 years ago, and it took this council to look at it. And then also all the work that goes behind that of evaluating our rates and fees that we're looking at the future. And that's what got us in the bind in the first place. Past administrations, and I remember way back that some of them, no, we're not doing that, we're not doing that. Infrastructure started crumbling. Unfortunately, with our leadership and with Ron having the contacts in Santa Fe and all that, we're able to get grants to get all that. And the citizens too. I forget about that because I promoted the bond issue on the ballot, and it was overwhelmingly approved. I think, 75% of the votes voted for, and that's just dedication of people know the importance of the infrastructure that we need worked here in Ruidoso. But again, I told the mayor, Crawford, that you made history. I mean, I remember 4 years ago telling them, you're the first mayor to be elected consecutively. We've had mayors, skip a term and then come back. And then now this is his third term. And it's like, wow, that's awesome. But I've learned this from you guys, and I found a quote from Robert Greenleaf. Good leaders, and that's all of you guys too. Everyone's a leader, must first be a good servant. And that, he was a CEO for AT&T, and he's the one that turned that pyramid around. If you want to look him up, and he has some good principles of work ethics and corporation operations and stuff like that. But that's what I thought of Lynn when him being here and getting to know him more, and each of you. Because my sister here, I've been around her for a long time. And that's where we all need each other to support and help and just lift each other up when we're down, and then to stand together. It's kind of like that Red Rover game, but we keep the chain going strong and capture more strong people. So, and to your leadership too, Ron, you're part of that, and we've worked with you for a long time, so again, thank you and all that voted. It was a good turnout for voting, so we appreciate that. Well, with that said, I'm going to move on to the public hearing. So that way Justin could hurry up and go home or get going. Public hearing. Public hearing for application submitted by Stillwell, New Mexico LLC, located at 2515 Sutter Drive, Ruidoso, New Mexico, for craft distillery liquor license with on-premises consumption and package sales license, BLA 000016142. And I think we could just start, Madam Clerk, or?
I'll give you the little rundown, and then you can move into
Okay.
public hearing. So the clerk's office received an application for consideration of a craft distiller liquor license with on-premises consumption and package sales from Still Wild NM LLC to be located at 2515 Sutter in Ruidoso. The notice of public hearing was published 2 times, February 19th and February 26th. At this time, the clerk's office has not received any correspondence of opposition or approval of the application.
Great. At this time, I'll open it up to public input, public hearing, so open it up to the public. Does anybody have any comment or concerns? With that being said, I will,
Does Justin have something?
I'll wait till
Well, I'm just
after
glad
I
you ran
clo-
most of
after
them out
we
of the
close
room,
it.
so.
So I'll close the public hearing, and then we'll hear from Justin on here.
Yeah, Mayor Pro Tem, Council, Mayor on TV up there, if you can hear us, Ron, Senna, Zach, Yvonne, new guy. Thank you for having me, appreciate it. I'm excited to go on this endeavor. I never thought that I'd own a business, and I accidentally stumbled into one during 2020, and kind of got bit by the bug. And this has been in process for quite a while, and it's been a dream that I've had with Boxcar Alley, Lance and Jasmine Rowe. And we have worked very closely together for a lot of years, thinking about this project, dreaming about it, sipping whiskey at night, talking about maybe one day we'd sip our own. And so very excited to get involved in this. I'm also very excited to contribute to the local tourism economy here in Ruidoso. Something that I've always been passionate about. As you know, I've said on plenty of these meetings as the, tourism director back in the day, and I still work in the tourism industry in my day job. It's a passion of mine, and, I was sitting back here talking to Babe about some of the stuff that I want to do and achieve once we get up and open, and I'm just very excited to do this, excited to be an employer, and I will grow this business substantially. I'm very confident in that, and I will be one of the biggest distillers in the state of New Mexico, no doubt. So I appreciate your support.
That's great. Does anybody have questions for?
Mr. Hoffman, which building is this? Excuse me.
It's okay. So if you're standing with your back to WPS and you're looking at the shipping container complex,
Oh, okay.
upstairs will be the bar and tasting room with the
Okay.
patio. And down below it, behind it, you've probably never seen it, is our little tiny 480 square foot distillery.
Okay. Okay.
Didn't that used to be Rebecca's?
Yeah.
Yes, it
Rebecca's
did.
Clothing
Did.
store.
Yeah, it did. Now there's going to be, I believe, something like 13 different business vendors operating there.
Good.
Wow.
Yeah, no, that's a great deal.
Exciting.
That's wonderful. That's really wonderful.
My question is, that tree that's out back, when I was, the Main Street had their convention here, and I was in a little group that we walked that section of Sutter, and they all made the comment that whoever takes this place over needs to keep that tree.
I had nothing to do with whatever happened to that tree.
It's still there.
Oh, good. Thank goodness.
Are you gonna keep that tree?
Now, are you talking about the tree on the sidewalk?
No, in the backside.
Oh, that, we need to get rid of that. That's the one that clogs all the sewer. That elm tree? That's the one that sucks all the water out. It didn't go there, but.
It's in the picture, if you look at it on Google Maps, that you're looking at the front of the building, it's there right behind on the left side.
All right, I'm going to take a look and see if I can find it. And if not, I'm not telling you.
They all stated it would be a good place to sit outside under the tree.
Mayor Pro Tem, I move approval of the application submitted by Stillwild NM LLC, located at 2515 Sutter, for craft distiller liquor license with on-premises consumption and package sales license BLA 5-16142.
Second.
We got a motion and a second. You can put everybody's name for a
Yep.
second.
I just had one question. Which liquors are you distilling?
So we're going to be bringing in barrels of bourbon initially because bourbon takes time. So we're bringing in barrels of bourbon and doing on-site blending for that purpose. Not just bourbon, bourbons, ryes, and whiskeys. And then from there, we're working with New Mexico Wine Growers Association to reclaim any poorly made wines in New Mexico that would normally get poured down the drain. We're going to be distilling down vodka and gin out of those. And we have plans to work with a lot of this local fruit that hits the ground all up and down the valley, to start purchasing from them. Jasper can't purchase enough out at Noisy Water, and a lot of it still hits the ground and goes to waste. So we'd like to work with some of them to start making some brandies. My wife is from Serbia. Their family makes what's called rakia. We would call it apple moonshine here in the States, and that's one of the things we plan to make with a lot of that fruit that hits the ground.
Thank you.
Great. That sounds delicious.
Better than grappa, I'm sure.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Counselor Corey?
Aye.
Counselor Eby?
Aye.
Counselor Letterman?
Aye.
Counselor Hooker?
Aye.
Counselor Jackson?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Salas?
Aye.
Yay.
Thank you.
I appreciate your time.
And yeah, she told you about the processing of she'll get that to the state.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Justin.
Thank you.
Moving on to regular item number 1, discussion and possible action on the 2026 Village of Ruidoso Strategic Plan.
Mayor Pro Tem Salas, members of the council, we have before you the final strategic plan for the 2026. We had all our departments present to the council Just looking back and reviewing it, we have a lot of new directors and managers, and this plan here is also used for our budgeting, and we have Judy here with us, and we're getting pumped up to start the budget calendar and the cycle on that, but not only for the budget, but also for their pay for performance goals, or even their departmental goals for their evaluations. We utilize projects or anything they have in there as a tactical plan as part of that, so we'll continue on with that. And I want to thank all the directors and managers. December, January was a pretty tough, we were very busy, and we did get met the timelines of submitting all the tactical plans. We were able to review all of them, and that was my nighttime reading at night, was reviewing all of them, and a lot of good ideas, and worked with other ones to change them a little bit, because sometimes you want to do a little bit different, and just the idea of how we want to move forward with them. Some of them are maybe, the last couple of years, we've had the tactical plans, and then we had the disasters, so some of them are put to the side, but we continue on, and we have a lot of good projects. As Mayor Pro Tem stated, we've been working on a lot of grant projects, and we should know on Water Trust Board and other ones soon, and Colonias. And again, I want to thank Gina, and we had Isabel and Yvonne and others that assisted in putting all the documents together. There is a lot, but I'll stand for any questions on the
I've got
tactical
one.
plans.
When is budget? Is it going to be the end of April?
I have she'll have this, we're working on the schedule right now, but I'll let
okay.
Judy.
We just finished the schedule today. It'll be about the same time that we did last year. I think I want to say it's the same time, end of April, and then for the first meeting in May, it'll come for adoption.
Okay.
So,
Perfect.
and before that, we'll meet with the departments to skin it down a little bit.
Yeah.
And then you'll make the final decision.
Okay.
And that's going to be our Mayor Pro Tem Salas and members of the council, is we're going to meet with all the departments on their, just like we did on the tactical plans, and meet and review their budgets, so.
Sure.
So.
Okay. Any other questions for Ron?
Make a motion, we approve the 2026 Village of Ruidoso Strategic Plan.
Second.
Got a motion and a second.
I defer to the lady to my left.
Roll call, please.
Counselor Hooker,
Aye.
Counselor Letterman,
Aye.
Counselor Eby,
Aye.
Counselor Jackson,
Aye.
Counselor Corey,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Salas.
Aye. Second item is discussion and possible action on ratification of land lease agreement and First Amendment to land lease agreement with IPUSAR on a parcel of land consisting of approximately 11.28 acres located adjacent to the Sierra Blanca Regional Airport in Ruidoso, Lincoln County, New Mexico, for the operation of an energy conservation facility. Conversion, I'm sorry.
Mayor Pro Tem Salas, members of the council, the village did contract with a local appraiser to do the 11.28 acres. We also received approval from the FAA along with the state aviation in order to dedicate this 11.2 acres as part of our project with IPUSA is having the facility on this property. And I'll stand for any questions on this ratification.
Ron, I think you told us last week, this property is across the street from the airport, so it's land we weren't using, and
Mayor Pro Tem Salas, Councilor Corey, you are correct. It's behind the fuel farm in that area. It is away from the airport. It's not on the immediate path of the airport or the runways or anything like that, yes.
thank you.
Any other questions for Ron?
I move that we ratify the land and lease agreement of the First Amendment to land lease agreement with IPUSAR on a parcel of land consisting of approximately 11.28 acres located adjacent to Sierra Blanca Regional Airport in Ruidoso, Lincoln County, New Mexico, for the operation of an energy conversion facility.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call vote, please.
Counselor Letterman?
Aye.
Counselor Hooker?
Aye.
Counselor Corey?
Aye.
Counselor Jackson?
Aye.
Counselor Eby?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Salas?
Aye. Item number 3, discussion and possible action on Second Amendment to Land Lease Agreement with IPUSAR on a parcel of land consisting of approximately 11.28 acres located adjacent to the Sierra Blanca Regional Airport in Ruidoso, Lincoln County, New Mexico, for the operation of an energy conversion facility.
Mayor Pro Tem Salas, members of the council, this is regarding the 11.28 acres, which is located across the street from the actual airport facility. This also includes, and I'll have to also ask our attorney, is on the access agreement that allows us to go through some of our property to the facility, and that will be incorporated in this lease agreement.
And this essentially lines up the terms of the lease agreement with the terms of the project plan agreement.
That is correct, Mayor Pro Tem Salas. Councilor Corey, yes, it'd be at a 20-year lease agreement, yes.
Right.
And this was also, we had an appraiser, a local appraiser that also on the lease payment to the village was done by an appraiser, so.
Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, I move to approve the Second Amendment to the land lease agreement with IPUSAR on a parcel of land consisting of approximately 11.28 acres located adjacent to the Sierra Blanca Regional Airport in Ruidoso, Lincoln County, New Mexico, for the operation of an energy conversion facility.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Roll call vote, please.
Counselor Jackson?
Aye.
Counselor Eby?
Aye.
Counselor Letterman?
Aye.
Counselor Hooker?
Aye.
Counselor Corey?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Salas?
Aye. Item number 4, discussion and possible action on ratification of project participation agreement with IPUSAR for the operation of an energy conversion facility.
Mayor Pro Tem Salas, members of the council, this is the original project participation agreement. We've had some, as you'll see on the next item, we had some amendments done to that. This here was, it would deliver 50 tons per year of biomass to the facility. We're looking at a current, just with the percentage increase with our current company that receives our slash, our woody debris that we take currently. We're looking at a savings, a 15% savings going with IPUSA. This year for FY26, we budgeted $660,000. So we're looking at approximate savings of $99,000 annually, just to begin with that, but we'll receive a 15% decrease to our current rate with our current disposal and our transport of yard waste from our solid waste trucks, our grapple trucks to the current facility.
So there'd been some talk that the current vendor is increasing their costs. So this 15% savings is even greater given the proposed increases.
Mayor Pro Tem Salas, Councilor Corey, yes, we're looking at an increase of a percentage increase up to $24 a cubic yard, but yes, we would be receiving 15% savings off of that.
So, Mayor Pro Tem, if I may, as I expressed to Mayor Crawford, he is a visionary lender, and I am a skeptical banker. And I had a lot of questions about this going into it. I met with Ron and Zach. I sent several emails. The mayor answered a number of my questions by email. And then he spent over an hour with me going over all of my concerns. We then had a meeting last week with Mr., I think it's Lambert,
Yes, Steve Lambert.
in charge of IP USA. You know, again, as a former banker, if it sounds too good to be true, many times it is. But that said, we're not putting any money into this. They're leasing land we're not using at a market price. They're saving us money up front, and then we have the opportunity, if it does come to fruition, of making a substantial amount in gross receipt taxes and also a revenue share agreement. Not to mention, we're cleanly disposing of tree waste that's lining our streets and our riverways, and we're actually producing, I think they're proposing right now, they're gonna make aviation fuel out of it, with water being the only byproduct. So I know there's been a lot of noise on social media about, I think someone even called it a boondoggle, but as the mayor explained to me, this technology is being used routinely in Europe, particularly in Italy, which I understand is where a lot of this equipment is coming from. Yes, there's a number of what-ifs. They've got to obtain financing. They've got to obtain the necessary government permits, particularly as they relate to air quality. But again, worst case, we have no money in this deal. Best case, we're going to do the environment right, and we're going to make some money along the way.
And Mayor Pro Tem Salas, members of the council, one other item that we'll be also transporting is sludge from our wastewater treatment plant.
For methane extraction.
And that's been a difficult task to be able to, you know, at one time Isaac was able to, once it's Class A, you can just give it away, and even at that point, so this will be able to also take this over to the same plant and be able to utilize it with the woody debris.
And that'll be for, excuse me, Mayor Pro Tem and Ron, that'll be for extraction of methane?
That will also, Mayor Pro Tem Salas, Councilor Jackson, will also be used for the aviation fuel
as
at the
well.
end also, yep.
I move that we accept the First Amendment to Project Participation Agreement with IPUSAR for the operation of an energy conversion facility.
Second.
Oh, I'm sorry, I apologize. I do that one too. I move that we accept the ratification of Project Participation Agreement with IPUSAR for the operation of an energy conversion facility. Thank you, Yvonne.
Second amendment. Would you accept second amendment in the motion?
Yes, thank you.
Roll call, please.
Counselor Letterman?
Aye.
Counselor Hooker?
Aye.
Counselor Jackson?
Aye.
Counselor Corey?
Aye.
Counselor Eby?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Salas?
Aye. Now, item 5. I had 5 checked off, so that's where I thought you were right. Discussion and possible action on First Amendment to Project Participation Agreement with IPUSAR for the operation of an energy conversion facility.
Mayor Pro Tem Salas, members of the council, the amendment, it had the language that the council at the workshop, our attorney did provide that language to there that I know Councilor Corey had asked on some of it. So we made sure it's 20 years on the lease agreement, on the participation agreement, and then also on the, Zach, do you want to?
That includes the language, Councilor Corey, that you requested that gives the village access to their records.
books and
Your
records.
books and
Yes.
records.
To confirm the gross revenues, which we get a cut of. Okay, thank you.
Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, I move to approve the First Amendment to Project Participation Agreement with IPUSAR for the operation of an energy conversion facility.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call vote, please.
Counselor Jackson?
Aye.
Counselor Eby?
Aye.
Counselor Letterman?
Aye.
Counselor Hooker?
Aye.
Counselor Corey?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Salas?
Aye. Item number 6, discussion and possible action on termination of lease agreement with the Ruidoso Valley Chamber of Commerce for real property located at 720 Sutter Drive, Ruidoso, New Mexico.
Mayor Pro Tem Salas, members of the council, we had a letter of request from the Chamber of Commerce with Deborah Dowles and also with Leroy Smith. And currently, the Chamber of Commerce building is on village property where it had been destroyed. And we're working on ROE also with that on with the PPDR, the public-private, on that project also. And so we're here to go ahead and request that the current agreement be terminated back in 1990, and Rifle may know this, but 1996, 97. And one thing that we're looking at is potentially is work with the Chamber of Commerce and on the property of the Country Club property is to find a location on there and be able to, at that time, present a new agreement to have the facility built on our property, so.
Mayor Pro Tem, if I may, Andrea from the Chamber is here if any council members have questions. As you know, I serve on the Chamber Board. We have a building committee. It's headed by Leroy Smith. We would like the village's consideration on the Country Club property. We believe that's a win-win for the village and the merchants and the visitors to have the chamber located at the entrance of Midtown. And I know they're working with Ron on the land, how much, where, and Leroy and his committee are also working on potential buildings, possibly prefab buildings. But we looked at last month's meeting at some mock-ups, and I think they will do the village right. They're mountain-type chalet exteriors, and I think it'll be a good thing.
What about the demolition of the current?
Mayor Pro Tem Salas, Councilor Letterman, we're working, we do have a right of entry form that we submitted already. We're just working on the PPDR program through Department of Homeland Security. And we're getting on the list for that, and we'll have some more information going on that. So, but we're hopeful that that'll take place, and then we'll have just a clear space there, so.
I think their Midtown would be the perfect spot. I can't
Be a
think
great
of
spot.
anywhere else that will work. And then that property would revert back to Two Rivers Park, because that was a section of that originally to where they built it. And so I think that would all work out really good.
Well, Mayor Pro Tem, I make a motion to approve termination of lease agreement with the Ruidoso Valley Chamber of Commerce for real property located at 720 Sutter Drive, Ruidoso, New Mexico.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Give it to Gary this time.
Yes, please.
Roll call, please.
Counselor Eby?
Aye.
Counselor Jackson?
Aye.
Counselor Corey?
Abstain.
Counselor Hooker?
Aye.
Counselor Letterman?
Aye.
And Mayor Pro Tem Salas?
Aye.
Did the chamber have anything to offer since you've been seated there all this time? I think it's only fair that we recognize you for nothing less than resilience.
No, thank you. the chamber just asked that you consider our new location. We think it would be a great addition to Midtown. You know, the chamber works hard for our businesses and for our community, and I just think having something nice, big and beautiful right as you're coming in would just be so welcoming for visitors and locals alike.
I agree.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for
Thank you,
being here.
guys. Of
Yes.
course.
Well, there goes all my tile work.
There it goes.
Item number 7, discussion and possible action on adoption of Resolution 2026-14, a resolution finding the property located at 205-209 Spring Road subdivision, CE Web Tract subdivision Lot 13B, Ruidoso, New Mexico, a public nuisance.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. This is a clean and lean action, and so I'll read through the discussion part of things here. So should the council decide to adopt this resolution, we will then be providing to the owner by personal service, by certified mail, posting on the property, publishing in a paper, a copy of this resolution, giving them the information of what the council may decide to do per adopting this resolution, that they would have 10 days then to after service to object to the council action and the resolution. They would then be, if we do not receive anything back from that property owner, the village may then proceed to have the violations laid out in the resolution corrected. Then that would be at the sole cost and expense of the property owner or any other parties having an interest in the property. And then we would also have that be filed as a lien against the property, and then foreclosed perhaps in a manner provided by law. Chris Kelly is also here to discuss the findings that have led to this resolution.
So I don't know if y'all have seen the pictures, specifically the one for 154 Spruce. We do have multiple trees that are down. One specifically has fallen onto the back right of the house. You can see an opening on the front side. On the left side of the building, there is an open door that is clearly visible.
I'm sorry, Mr. Kelly, these don't have the address on them. They're just,
It's this one.
Here we have pictures, but no identifiers.
It's this one. It's in the very back.
in the very back, last
Yvonne.
page.
You have it on,
Oh.
didn't you get a flash? Yeah, let's put them on there so we,
That's all right, as long, yeah.
No, we got it now.
okay.
Yep.
On the front side of the building, you can see a window. The windows are cracked. Only one is boarded up with plywood. This is definitely a recommendation to have this building demolished.
What about the other one, Mr. Kelly, since we're on item number 7, and this is for the Spring Road?
Yes, ma'am. So for spring, in one of the pictures, you can see a half-manufactured fence with a lot of debris. The biggest concern with this property is there are a couple of openings that are visible. My biggest concern is our youth getting inside, acting like children.
And even animals. I know the neighborhood, that's very concerning for them.
So as for animals, the only animals that I have witnessed is just the deer. These two properties I do check on 3-4 times a week, and the only nuisance for animals is the deer populace.
Okay. Well, I move that we accept and adopt the resolution 2026-14, a resolution finding the property located at 205 and 209 Spring Road, subdivision CE Webb Tract subdivision, Lot 13B, Ruidoso, New Mexico, a public nuisance.
Second?
Before you vote, can I
Yes.
ask a couple of questions?
Sure.
In your draft resolution on paragraph 2, the first bullet, it says one of these structures is in terrible condition. Can you flesh that out a little bit for the council?
Yes. One of the pictures where you can kind of see where my hand is blocking the sun, that front porch is leaning towards my direction, towards Spring Street.
Yeah.
It is very wobbly, very unstable. The frames that are supporting that awning to the roof is already halfway torn down. That portion that is still left, that will come down.
That would come down. What do you mean?
Yes, sir.
Are you saying maybe a,
Fall at
Yeah,
any
it could
minute.
fall.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, I mean, a little breeze at the perfect time, a breeze of wind, boom, knock it down.
okay. I wonder if we could amend your motion to adopt it with an amendment stating that the structure is dilapidated and,
And unsafe.
unsafe and dilapidated.
And real and present danger to others.
Yeah.
yes.
I so move.
The amendment, the second, agree with the amendment?
Amendment that the structure is unsafe and dilapidated. Okay? Ready for a roll call?
We're ready for a roll call.
Counselor Letterman?
Aye.
Counselor Jackson?
Aye.
Counselor Corey?
Aye.
Counselor Hooker?
Aye.
Counselor Eby?
Aye.
And Counselor Salas?
Aye.
I'm sorry, Mayor Pro Tem Salas.
Oh, thank you. Item number 8, discussion and possible action on adoption of resolution 2026-15, a resolution finding the property located at 154 Spruce Drive, Ponderosa Heights subdivision, Unit 5, Block 1, Lot 92, Ruidoso, New Mexico, a public nuisance.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. This is also a clean and lean resolution. Again, the owner occupant is advised that within 10 days of the receipt of the copy of this resolution by personal service or by certified mail with return receipt requested, also by posting at the property and publication of this in a newspaper of a local distribution, that the village will, if they do not take action to respond within 10 days, that the Village of Ruidoso is authorized by the adoption of this resolution and directed to cause the violations set forward to be removed or corrected at the cost and expense of the owner or other parties having an interest in this property, and that the reasonable cost of these actions will be filed as a lien against the property and shall be foreclosed in the manner provided by law. And I will then turn it also over to Mr. Kelly to explain the violations.
So the biggest violation that I've seen is the structural damage openings. You have the front view opening where you can easily access underneath the house.
Plus the tree is leaning on the house, right?
Yes, ma'am, on the right side.
Any other questions? I move to approve the action on adoption of resolution 2026-15.
Second.
Got a motion and a second, roll call?
Mayor Pro Tem Salas?
Aye.
Counselor Eby?
Aye.
Counselor Letterman?
Aye.
Counselor Hooker?
Aye.
Counselor Jackson?
Aye.
And Counselor Corey?
Aye.
Item number 9, discussion and possible action on agreement with Cutler Repaving, Inc. through the New Mexico statewide pricing agreement number 30-8050023-17018 for pavement patching on Cree Meadows Drive, Meander Drive, and White Mountain Meadows Drive in the amount of $931,399.17, including New Mexico gross receipt tax.
Mayor Pro Tem Salas, council. So this is part of our TPF project. We got approved to do these roads as part of our TPF project, but before we can go and pave these roads, we have to patch the current conditions of the roads. So this is kind of a change order on that project in order to get that patching done so that we end up with a better product in the end and the road doesn't fail again currently where it's failing. Because if we just pave over it, we'll end up with problems down the road. So that's what this is.
And I think I've asked this before, but what's the timing?
It's this summer, Mr. Coming up, like June. Is that what we're looking at, Ron?
Mayor Pro Tem Salas, Councilor Corey, we're looking at mid-June, early July to get it started. It should go fairly quickly with the 3 roadways. And again, on this project here, this funding for this patching is also with the TPF. This funding is only authorized to be used on this project, so.
So it's dedicated. Well, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, given all of that, and good roads ahead, maybe, I move to approve agreement with Cutler Repaving, Inc. through the New Mexico statewide price agreement number 30-8500-23-17018 for pavement patching on Cree Meadows Drive, Meander Drive, and White Mountain Meadows Drive in the amount of $931,399.17, including New Mexico GRT.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Could I have a roll call vote, please?
Counselor Jackson?
Aye.
Counselor Eby?
Aye.
Counselor Letterman?
Aye.
Counselor Hooker?
Aye.
Counselor Corey?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Salas.
Aye. Item number 10, discussion and possible action on.
Thanks, Josh.
Yes, thank you, Josh. Discussion and possible action on agreement with DUB LEE LLC for Two Rivers Intake and Transmission System awarded through ITB number 2026-004B in the amount of $4,551,240.78. Does that include gross receipt tax? You know?
Yes, I think it does.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Mayor Pro Tem Salas and council. This agreement with Double E, which is the contractor who submitted the bid, we only received one bid for this project. And this is for the Two Rivers Intake and Transmission System, which is the Anaconda project. So it is a Water Trust Board project that was funded 5.1 million. So the contractor came under bid for $4,551,240. So the project got awarded to them.
Okay.
And they did meet all of their specifications listed and all of the licenses needed.
And this is going to be happening through the summer?
We are hoping we can start in spring.
Okay.
And then work through the summer and.
Okay.
And that includes all new line.
Yes, it's a whole new line.
Remind everybody the idea of that. I'm just going back, flashback from the first time that the Anaconda line got put in with the dispute. So what is the idea on that? The inside dimension?
The dimensions of the pipe, it's a 12-inch HDPE pipe.
The idea is? Mm-hmm. And that's what we were supposed to get the first time.
Right.
But we've got a culvert. It looks like a culvert.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions for Jackie? No. Entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I move to approve agreement with Double-E LLC for Two Rivers Intake and Transmission System awarded through an invitation to bid number 2026 4B as in Bravo in the amount of $4,551,240.78.
Second.
Good, thank you.
We got a motion and a second.
Jackie, one second.
Counselor Jackson?
Aye.
Counselor Eby?
Aye.
Counselor Letterman?
Aye.
Counselor Hooker?
Aye.
Counselor Corey?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Salas?
Aye.
While we have Jackie up here, can I ask two questions?
Is it related to the transmission line or?
No, the questions that were asked today.
Yeah.
Oh, about the,
Yeah, go-
diversion stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Number one, is the diversion, are we looking at trying to, I know it's a different kind of intake, but what are we doing to ensure that, or can we ensure that that new diversion is not going to get hurt and we're going to be able to take water?
So with this diversion, there would be a Kawanda screen at the river, and that will help with separating debris from the water. And it will also help to slow the flow of water when there is high flows. And then usually the diversion is not used unless it's needed. So it's not like it's going to be used every day or very often.
But with the floodwaters coming down, I mean, that's what the concern is that even though we may not be using it, that something's going to happen to it like it has for the last 2 years.
Mayor Pro Tem Salas and Councilor Letterman, that is a possibility, but within the design, they do have boulders above the structure that are going to be placed, and that's something that I'm going to work with them on
yes.
when they're out there
Okay.
to, is possibly grouting those boulders in to help armor above the, the structure itself. But that was something that I brought up with the engineers and expressed that concern, so.
Right.
yeah,
I knew that you had answered that. Okay, so one more question. And if you can't answer this, could we have some kind of a presentation? Because Scott Maynard has come and talked about this. The cisterns, if the Village of Ruidoso has cisterns on their buildings and we're collecting water, does that go against our
Water credits.
water credits? Is that why that we haven't pursued, and with that question, is that why we don't have cisterns coming off of our buildings to help water grass or run through the toilets or whatever?
That is an issue that I have talked to the OSC about. There was a project that I wanted to do, and I talked when we had the watershed committee meeting with Matthew. And I've talked to the OSC and I've talked to Juan in regards about harvesting rain. What I was told from him was that we were not allowed to harvest water. So that is something that I'm still trying to talk to them and see if we can maybe reuse the rainwater to water the fields that we have, the baseball fields or soccer fields. And it's a system that would be underground, and it would just reuse the water so that we won't have to use basically the water that they're using right now.
I just want, because Scott has asked about that over and over and over. And so, to me, we need to get an answer to him that we don't have our fingers up our nose, that we've looked into it and there's a possibility maybe of doing something else, but, he is really stuck on the cisterns that come off of our buildings. So
But
I would like for us to
Yeah, and that-
talk about this.
That's great, because we do need to answer it. I'm hearing him say it's not just village buildings, it's
Well, to put into
residences.
our codes, our
Yeah.
building codes.
Yeah, and I think there's a difference between our buildings and other buildings, and if what Mr. Maynard is saying, that other communities are doing this within the state.
Yeah, and that's a topic that I have talked to OSE about, especially with the director, Juan. So I will be talking to him again because there is other questions that I have in regards to that. And in seeing that we are working on the water conservation plan, it's something that I do want to have a clear answer on.
Well, so could you get back with us, the village water versus the other buildings in the community that we might put into our code that you have to have a cistern
Okay,
or some kind of water harvesting?
sure. I will find out more information then, and I'll present it to you guys.
Thanks,
And
Jackie. I
Mayor Pro
appreciate
Tem Salas, members of the council, Eddie and I we're going to have a Zoom call with the state engineer, and we'll sure ask her that question too, so.
it. I
You bet.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem and others interested parties, the other concern I would have for that, looking at it, is that my understanding was that when you harvest cistern water from a roof and from runoff, you have to have an approved filtering system for this. It has to have a recall after the silt. It has a way, it's not just a matter of putting it into a black hole and then pumping it back out. There is a system that's required, and I think I would appreciate, I know I'm a lame duck up here, but I would appreciate them looking at the cost
Exactly.
going forward of proposing that, because too often it seems like, and we have all this blow up from the white sands that gets on the roof on our cars. All of that's going to be flushed into this system as well. And if we could have a better understanding of what's really required from an engineering perspective and a cost, I think we might all benefit from that evaluation.
Yeah.
And also, we'll ask Terry to check with NMED and
Yeah, thank you
Environmental
very
Department,
much.
so.
You know, years ago, when all of this was being brought up, I remember when Dr. Miller used to come up there and
Oh, yeah.
try to encourage people to put the cisterns in and such. But going on with the requirements, do you all remember the one gentleman who was capturing the water off of his roof and then treating it? And he came several times to the village council meeting because we would not approve his system, this and that and the other thing. But eventually, we did. He came with his nurse. His wife said that she was sick, that this helped her out and whatever else. But there'd be a lot of constraints and restrictions on that because
Yeah.
you all might not have seen this, but Bill Powers, when he was here, he was drafting a potential rainwater harvesting ordinance, and he was modeling it off of some area out in California because that's where he's from. And you talk about the restrictions on there, Jiminy
Yeah.
Christmas, that the filters that you had to have before it even went into your tank and so on. I think I still got a copy of it because I asked him for that before he ever, it never did get presented.
And Mr.
I
Mayor
might still
Pro
have a
Tem,
copy
Joe,
of that.
Yes.
was that considered gray water at best after harvested?
Well, gray water, no, I don't think so, because gray water would be water that's been utilized, but it's not black water.
True, but it wouldn't be potable.
Yeah.
So because you're contaminating with whatever was on the roof and in the air and on it goes.
Yes, just to, I'll see if I can dig it up.
Thanks.
I would just like to at least let them know that we have talked about it.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Welcome.
Thank you, Jackie. Item number 11, discussion and possible action on proposal from Rymark Construction, Inc. for the Paradise Canyon Roadway and Shoulder Stabilization Project, adding rock and concrete to rehabilitate existing bank, utilizing New Mexico GSD State Contract Agreement 30-0000023-00070 in the amount of $201,847.89, including New Mexico gross receipt tax.
Mayor Pro Tem Salas, members of the council. So this is a project, as y'all are probably aware of, on Paradise Canyon, where there's the delineators that are set up and the shoulder of the road has started to get eroded. We also have utilities in that location that are at risk. So what this project will be is placing boulders along the shoulder there, concreting those boulders in and widening the shoulder out. As an emergency project, this is having Rymark Construction do that work. During that process, the roadway will have to be closed down to through traffic during the week, and then we have plans to open it up on the weekends to let people through. But due to the safety and the concern there, that is something we're looking at. With this project, $100,000 of the money for the project came from a grant that we have left over that we need to spend that Ron had, and the other $100,000 will be entered as a Cat B project as far as the FEMA program and an emergency repair. So we'll have to pay for the 25% of that, the match on the Cat B.
And we're only talking the sections where the delineators are right there, just past the creek crossing, and
Yes, sir.
would that include the bridge on the creek crossing?
No, sir, no, just further down where the
Where it's
delineators.
really washed
there's-
out.
Yes, sir, the 260 feet there where it's washed out in the two separate locations.
Okay.
Because once we get through with all this, then we're going to go back and totally redo everything.
It will
We
be
can.
engineered and
Yeah.
this is
Okay,
temporarily
I know, yes.
permanent. I'm
Right,
hoping
okay.
we're gonna build it so that it stays, but
I
that
get
is,
it.
yes.
Okay.
I love that term, Levi, temporarily permanent.
It's a hope and a prayer, and we're all for it.
It
It's
is.
scary enough driving down there sober, I can't imagine doing it. Mr.
I'll make
I
a
said Mr.
motion.
Mayor, but it's Mayor Pro Tem. I moved,
Oh, were you gonna make a motion?
I was,
Go ahead.
but I'll let you.
No. Let's-
You make the next one.
I get paid extra for that. I move to approve proposal from Rymark Construction, Inc. for the Paradise Canyon Roadway and Shoulders Stabilization Project, adding rock and concrete to rehabilitate existing bank utilization New Mexico GSD statewide price agreement 35-23-3-70 in the amount of $201,847.89, including New Mexico GRT.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call vote, please.
Counselor Jackson?
Aye.
Counselor Hooker?
Aye.
Counselor Corey?
Aye.
Counselor Letterman?
Aye.
Counselor Eby?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Salas?
Aye. Item number 12, discussion and possible action on agreement with Dodge Diving Global AS to host Dodge Diving World Tour and a financial contribution of $100,000. Mr. Ryan.
Good afternoon, Mayor Pro Tem Salas and council members.
Eddie?
Since we last talked, been working with Zach with the Dodge Diving team, and one of the requests he had, Mayor Pro Tem Salas, was, looking at how we have the 3 years and how it escalates the 10% second year, 10% on the third year. We were able to remove the second year 10%. So it's just 10% on year 3. So it'd be 100, then 110,000. Now, the one thing that we have been looking at and working with them on is the fact that they want to go through Norwegian courts. And so we came back to said, no, we really need to have something that's in the state of New Mexico. They came back with a counter saying that they would be able to offer courts of London, England, international courts, which is a problem. So since then, we've reached out to Fort Lauderdale and had communication with them on their event. And, excuse me, they said they had a good event with them 2 years ago. And for their event, they had a swimming facility. They had about 750 people show up for that event. And they said it was a good event. The one thing that we asked them was, that I got some information back, is how do they get around it being international court system. And so they told me that what they were is they were partnered up with international swimming and high diving global groups. So they were in a partnership with groups that were international, which I think helps them achieve that ability to do that. And maybe as a partner with them, it helps relieve some of the cost and burden. So being that we're about 2.5 months away from the event, and Ron and I are both working on having a meeting with the Dam Bureau to see if we can even do it off the dam. I think that, and just since the last time we've all talked, we're looking at bringing in a circus on May 7th and 8th, and we're looking at bringing a professional boxing tournament July 4th. So there's a lot of new things that are popping up. I think that this is a great event. I think that it will be a great asset future for Rio Doce, but I think that we need more time. And what I'm suggesting is to be able to go back, talk with these international groups and see how they worked with Fort Lauderdale and what their partnership looks like. And if there's something we can work with them on too, maybe we can save some money, we can partner with them, and maybe there's a way of working through their international group that will help with this whole international court system. And then we're going to need more time to really make this event as best possible event we can. I don't want to get in a position where we're rushing an event for 2 months and we don't come out of it out of the gate the best we can, because this is going to be televised to 70 million people on ESPN. I want us to have the best foot forward. And so I'm looking to see if we can take this event, do all the due diligence we need, and maybe look at talking with them at a later time this year or maybe next year. And that way we can make it the best we possibly can.
And so canceling, not doing it in
Not June 6th. I think we've come to that window where it's 2.5 months away, and we still have a lot of things to do to make sure that we can do it as best we can. And I think with the new information that has popped up about these different international groups that are involved with this team or with this organization, I think we need to have those conversations with them.
Eddie, what was the response on our request to terminate with or without cause?
So I believe it was the first year was up to 90 days, but then after that, we'd be termed into second and third years. So we would have to commit, like once we got past the first event, we'd have a 90-day clause to either continue or not continue. But if the 90 days clause goes past that, then we'd be committed to the second and third year.
Yeah, and that concerned me because, if we were to hold the event, and it wasn't what was advertised, how do we unwind a 3-year commitment? So, Ron, what would the most appropriate action be? Table this or just not act on it?
Mayor Pro Tem Salas, Councilor Corey, at this time is just not act on it.
Okay.
Yep. And then we'll continue to look at, we're still going to have our meeting with the state engineer just to clarify all that and have all that in place.
Yes, sir.
And Eddie, you're okay with this decision?
I think it's the best decision to do. I think with just a few months away from the event, there's just so much stuff. This is a big event. And so with all the different, and it's not like something where we have someone that's managing it. Everything falls on me. So I have to do everything, sponsorships, planning, execution, production. I have to do everything with this event. And I have to bring in money too. So I have to bring in all the sponsorship money to cover this. So with just 2 months to do this, 2.5 months, we need more time. Yeah.
Well, again, great. I think it says somebody needs to say, okay, stop. We need to do something else. That's better than going, well, we'll just try it out.
No.
And then for them, do you think they're going to be okay with that?
Councilor Hooker, I'm going to present to them in the way that this is an opportunity that the village feels strong about. and that we want to make it the best possible event we can. And we're just going to need more time to plan it and get the right partners in place.
With the understanding of it's, by no means have we said, no, we don't want this.
Correct.
Just, hey, here's some of the things that we'd like to see for both parties going forward.
Yes, with all, Counselor Hooker, with all the new information on the different international groups involved with Fort Lauderdale, I think we have to reach out to them and see what they've done to make it successful within Florida and see what we can bring in from that as well.
Thank
Very
you
well.
for being responsive.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I appreciate you looking out for the best interest of the village, not just going through with this project. So thank you very much, Eddie.
We want to make sure, Council Member Letterman, that every event we do coming up is as best we can.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I was ready to make a motion and tell you guys, nobody seconded it, so I was like,
Oh, aye for one of a second. Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, for matters of discussion only, I would say that we define this for information only.
that works.
That's item number 12. No motion, just for clarification.
Making that stated. All right, thank you. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you
Yeah,
for all your
thanks a
hard
lot.
work on this. I'll entertain a motion to go into closed session.
Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, I move that we move into closed session for discussion of limited personnel matters, citing 1015 1H2 MSA 1978. Further discussion subject to the attorney-client privilege pertaining to threatened or pending litigation in which the Village of Ruidoso is or may become a participant, citing 1015 1H7 MSA 1978. And further discussion of the purchase, acquisition, and/or disposal of real property and/or water rights by the Village of Ruidoso, citing 1015 1H8 MSA 1978. Any action taken as a result of the closed session will be brought back into the open session, and I so move.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Counselor Jackson?
Aye.
Counselor Hooker?
Aye.
Counselor Corey?
Aye.
Counselor Letterman?
Aye.
Counselor Eby?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Salas?
Aye. We are going into closed session and we